Well, let's see. Somebody was asking about the dogs. Here's Velcro the Magnificent. You having a bad hair day here for a minute? There we go. Can you say hello? Says, what do you think about the world situation? He says, I don't know. I just love the mama. That's all I know. I don't know anything else. Do I say hello to the peoples? Is that your view on everything? He just gives this big sigh and huff. Really? That's it? That's all you got to say? What do you think of Trump? That's a big huff. Yeah. You know, there's not too much that can be said about him, is there? Okay. Well, Velcro, why don't you... Yeah. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's the attention hound. He's the one that always needs more and more attention. Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Velcro. Say hello. Say hello. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello. He's a good boy. We need to clean up your face again. Yeah. We need to clean up your face again, Mr. Velcro the Magnificent. You come sit over here. And let me grab some cards out so we can see what the universe has to say. We'll grab a few decks here and we'll pull a few cards and we'll see what we have. Okay. We'll start with the Wisdom of the Oracle. What card does it have for us today? So I'm going to pull one from the Wisdom of the Oracle, the Sacred Awakening, the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and the Vibrational Energy. I think these are my favorite decks. So let's see what we have. What do we have? To be fair. Okay. I like that. To be fair. That's the one that's on the front of the book, the To Be Fair card. Well, we wish that Trump would be fair. There's nothing fair about that guy. To be fair, what else do we have from the universe this morning? What are we talking on this morning? Yeah, I'm so glad that the pool is finally done. It's holding water, so that's done. Now we're doing the wall patching. You know, took all the pictures down, had to patch the walls, and so now they all need to be repainted. Illusion, to be fair, illusion. Okay. Oh, what else do we have? To be fair and illusion. Again, I wanted to say, for those that are listening, if you are in a foreign country, I cannot send you a hard copy album for $15. The shipping to Europe is over $20-something just for shipping, so I cannot, ship a CD to you for $15. Okay, so again, those that want the CD that are in Europe, I'll send the file for $12, and then you can burn it to a CD there or put it on your computer or whatever you're doing with that. Ooh, it's the first time this card's ever come out. Wow, that's a beautiful card. I love that. Inner Peace. Look how pretty that is. I love this deck. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So beautiful, the cards in this one. And I like that kind of a matte finish, but it's slick, it's easy to shuffle. It's everything I like about this deck. Inner Peace. Okay. So far we have To Be Fair, Illusion, and Inner Peace. We got one more to go, and then I got to put it all together. Is the universe going to try my patience today? We'll see. Okay. Last but not least, we have Quiet Times. I also like this deck. And underneath of it all, oh, this is perfect. Okay. Universe had me pull one from the bottom of this deck as well. Giggle factor. So on the one side of this, we have the quietude, and the last we have the giggle factor. We're going somewhere with this, okay? So, if you want the inner peace, okay, you have to have the quiet times, okay, to look at everything that's coming up. The illusion. Okay, everything has two sides to it. The yin yang. Okay, this is what this card is. One side is dark, this is the light. Everything. Well, let me see if I can find that. Do I have my book here? Oh, let's see if I can find that writing that I have. Oh, now where is that writing? It was something about the seed of light and the seed of shadow. What was this? Everything is illusion. The substance of dreams, neither real nor unreal. Illusion is the mind's taking it to be the very limited seen. What is seen is temporal, changing, yet created and sustained from the eternal, unchanging One. The mind is endless, endlessly fascinated with creation. It loves the game. Yes, the form gets caught up in the play and loses the sight of the eternal One. Counting all the manifestations of creation and cataloging them, trying to control and manipulate the creations. It likes to be the little fish in a big pond, the little king over its kingdom of baubles. What I know, what I've experienced, what I understand, what I value, a king within his domain, a mind within his universe. And in this, he limits his world to be the known and seen. Anyway, it continues on from there. But that's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for a specific writing. Maybe I don't have it in here. I was thinking I had it in this book. Maybe I didn't put it in this one. 7 Purpose. Well, I may have to look it up to find it. Lots of writings, but not that one. Okay, let me see. What sounds why don't well, maybe this other one might be okay. No, that's not going to do it. Well, pathway. I'm going to have to look it up and find it. But it basically, the writing was on the Ying, and it was talking about that in everything there's a seed of shadow, in every light there's a seed of shadow, in every shadow there's a seed of light. So it goes on to talk about some guy that was poor, that won a lottery. Okay, looks like a really good thing on the surface. Okay, but the seed of shadow was it that he became very haughty, he became very egotistical, and he fell. So was that really good fortune? Okay. The shadow that contained a seed of light was he lost. Another guy lost everything he had. Okay, looks like really bad things on the surface, but the seed of light was that through that fall of losing everything he had, the material, he started to seek the things of the spirit. So was that really bad fortune? Okay, so it just goes to say that no matter what is presented in life, it may look one way on the surface, but look deeper and find that other little seed that's there. No matter how great the fortune it seems, there's always some little seed there. Okay? It's like people that want to get name and fame. People on the outside look and say, that's fabulous. Why are you not thrilled? Why are you not happy? Well, the seed of shadow is they lose themselves. They no longer have any anonymity. Everybody's watching them at every second, everything that they do. So that's the seed of shadow in it. No matter what you have in life, there's that illusion, okay, that needs to be confronted and looked at realistically, because every light has a seed of shadow, and every shadow has a seed of light, something that can be pulled from it, okay, to benefit. Yin Yang always has that going. So to be fair, one needs to weigh it out, weigh everything out, okay? And once you spend the quiet times to look at whatever circumstances coming up, okay, you need to weigh it out and see where is the shadow and where is the light in every situation, okay? So enter that quietude. Once you weigh it out and you see what's there, and these things are created by mind spin, like the devastation that's going on in Syria now. Yes, horrible thing, people are losing their lives, but don't forget again, life is eternal. Okay, they step out and they will go into something new existence. So as horrible as this is playing out and nobody's making light of this, okay, the good news is that life is eternal, and it's just that time of passing which is difficult. Once they're on the other side, they will be fine. Okay, so they will find that inner peace once they are out of this turmoil of this existence, and then we get to the other side, and then we get to reevaluate everything that's happened, and we go forward. Okay, by no means do I say this is, that it's okay, or it's, I'm not saying that at all. It's a terrible, tragic thing that's happening. But just remember, the seed of light in that shadow is that life is eternal. They will be freed of their bondage and go on to something much better. Let's face it, their life out over there has not been easy. Their life has not been easy where they've been at, and this will be their death will be a liberating factor for them. Okay, hardship though it may be at the moment, and again, I am not making light of any of this, but once you get free of all that, then you have the time of the giggles. Okay, you find out that life is eternal. There is no death. There's only death of the corporeal form. Once that's dropped, one is free. One is whole again. Those that have come into this life and have suffered, they've had, sometimes they come in and they are in a broken body to help work with somebody they are with. Okay? And some of the ones that look the most tragic, they're okay within themselves. It's the people around them that have more difficulty with it than they themselves do, which is always interesting to see. You see the ones come in with a very broken body, and they wind up being teachers for those around them. Okay? So again, some people come in and they take on these things, and it's very difficult. But no matter what your situation is, if it's, and Lord knows we don't wish them to go through this fear and this running and this horrible things that's taking place over there. It is so devastating. So devastating. But the seed of light in that is, once the body's gone, they're free. They're like these birds that will fly. Okay? And on the other side, they find out when you get to the other side and you're free of this encased and meshed, basically some people, it's like a jail here, they don't want to come back. If you talk to the people that have had near-death experiences, they don't want to come back here. Okay? As great as you think this is, and you don't want to lose this, what you have here, you get to the other side, you don't want to come back. Okay? But they come back because, to be fair, they have other work to do, families to raise or whatever. So they have, at that point, if they've had a near-death experience, they have an inner peace, that they know that life is eternal, and they go into a quietude, a peace about it. Okay? They go into a peace about it. The ones that are not peaceful are the ghosts that hang around that have had a taken out by a very tragic death. That people that have been killed and they haven't found their body or whatever, sometimes they will be attached to that. And they will try to get somebody from here to find their body so there can be closure. Okay. Other things that come up is you had a lot of phenomena now with children remembering a former tragic life. And if there's some unresolved issue, okay, and this is usually for those that have had a really tragic and a very difficult passing, okay, and they come back pretty quickly and they can recount what happened. They'll wake up with night terrors and all this stuff going on, and they'll just, if you haven't seen it, look it up on these children that have been reincarnated, and they look at their mom and go, you're not my mom, or you were my daughter, or you were, and they know these lifetimes being someone else. Like one that was really this little white boy, and he had been a black woman that had died. There was a fire, and I think, if I remember, did he jumped or something? There was a fire, died in a fire. Kept telling his mom, no, I was a girl. I was a woman. What was her name? Pam. And the mother kept asking this stuff. Oh, no, I didn't drive. I walked, took a bus. I had black hair. This is a fair-eyed, blonde hair, blue-eyed kid. And he goes, oh, no, my skin was black. My son was a black woman? But they check out these stories, and absolutely 100% right straight down the line. Okay? Another one was a person that had written Gone with the Wind. It had never been done, when he was in life. He had authored Gone with the Wind. And they took him back. He knew the pet names that his sister had. They took him over to meet his former sister, was now something like in her 80s or something. He knew her immediately, knew where his grave was really unhappy when they took him by the grave. Okay, he was not happy. I know what you're doing. I know where you're taking me. I don't want to be over there. Another kid that had architect of the Titanic. He went down with the ship. This little kid could draw the Titanic. Every compartment, knew all of it. Was so angry because they used, iron instead of steel, and he told them not to do that. They did it anyway. He went down with the ship. He was so angry that the guys in the boiler room died first. He knew everything about the ship, everything about this stuff. So many of those kids, when they died a tragic death. Another one was this kid that was in World War II. And he said, yeah, I was on this thing and I flew a Corsair. And he kept saying, little man, couldn't get out or something. His plane was shot down. Okay. His plane was shot down and he died. And they finally looked it up and they found the name of this guy. And he indeed did fly a Corsair, and it did go down during there. And these kids, they know every detail. They go up and they take them to that place, and they can show you every place, give you pet names, know the people, interact with them. And once that's done, then that's a closure for them. Then they don't have the nightmares anymore. Then, if you have something like that that's driven by a past life thing, and some people do, if they've had a tragic passing, and once they relive that and see that again, then they can let go of it and say, yeah, okay, I can move on. Another one was this girl that had a really sad life. She was in She was a silent film star. She died when she was 14 years old. She was very young, and she had this crush on this guy, really kind of an unknown guy, Pickering. Name was Pickering, and she had a crush on him then. And they were saying, negative things about this guy, and she goes, they don't know, and she had the ultimate stage mother, and her life was tragic. She had gotten raped, and she died at 14. Well, she came back, and at 2-3 years of age, she's putting on red lipstick. She's fixing her hair. She could put it up in these curls and had it like they would wear it back then. And look at her. Come to find out, she saw a picture and she said, that was me. And she knew all these details. And that's the thing, when a kid comes in, they'll remember, like maybe when they're 2-3 years old, they start remembering this past lives. And it can be very strong. They'll have more recall of that than they do where they're at here and now sometimes, okay? So it's something that needs to be seen, recognized, and then once they find out this was the past, they can let go of it and move on to this lifetime. But sometimes there's something that's unresolved, okay? And I think this is what goes on with transgender people. They are so connected to their past life, okay, that they are still in their mind that gender. They are not ready to let go of that. Something is compelling them from there that they haven't resolved. And so I think that's what's going on with transgender people. They are so still locked into a past life thing that their consciousness has not shifted to this new body, okay? So again, this is something that needs to be worked out, and I don't care how much you try to convince them that they are the opposite thing. No, their consciousness is still in this past life, okay, where they had that life, and there's something that is unresolved, and no matter what you do, you are not going to change them to thinking they are this body they find themselves in now. That's not going to happen, okay, because their consciousness is still, locked into an old form. So I don't know, this really took off on a different direction than I thought it would in this talk, but that's what the universe does. When I open my mouth, I'm not sure what's going to come out sometimes. It just, universe just directs it, and I go with the flow and say, okay, for some reason somebody maybe needed to hear this, will aid in something. I don't know. I just put it out there. I'm just the messenger. I'm the radio of the universe. I think it's kind of like a lot of the psychics. They're kind of like the radio of the universe. You tune into the channel, and they, they're connected with their guides or masters or whatever. And it just, those things come through. We're like the radio of the universe, tuning into the next thing. Anyway, I'm going to go because I think my thing opens up at 10 o'clock, and if I close this out now, I should be there right when they open. So I'm going to get on that, get this album ready to go. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll continue on forward. Hopefully somebody's got something out of this talk today, okay? I think maybe it came forward because so many people are losing their lives in such a difficult thing over there. And again, we need to understand that life is eternal. And as horrid as this is, the minute they're body functions die, the spirit leaves and it's on the other side and it's in a good place. Okay, especially ones that have this type of a passing, they will be in a very good place, okay, and free of their bondage and be able to breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, so please try to keep that in mind. And again, it doesn't diminish what's going on. It doesn't make it right by any means. But take a little solace in that. Okay. And that's all I can say on that. Okay. So I'll see you online. Thanks for tuning in. Aho.